Hi, I'm Matt Pratten. I'm the Senior Regional Analyst for Europe here at Intelligence Fusion, and in this video I'd like to provide a quick update brief on what we've been monitoring with the Russia-Ukraine war. The date and time of this briefing is 28th of February 2022 at 11:35 hours GMT, and the latest date of information we have for this briefing is 28th of February 2022, 1000 hours GMT. Now, our analysts have been keeping a very close eye on what's been occurring in Ukraine, and if we bring up first of all on the platform an overview of what's been happening in the region with one of our themes, the Ukraine-Russia conflict, and then bring up the last 7 days. Okay, when looking into what's been happening in Russia and Ukraine, here's essentially what we can provide here's essentially an overview of what we can provide at the moment. Since Russia began its invasion last week, they've had some successes along the northern borders of Ukraine, as well as down the south, as shown here with what we understand of the current state of play between what areas the Russians hold and what areas Ukraine continues to defend, to successfully defend. Overall, what appears to be happening lately is that the Ukrainians have been having particular successes in direct engagements, being able to capture or destroy numerous Russian armor and artillery, as well as armored personnel carriers. Alongside Ukrainian forces have also been a number of civilians who have joined the fight. In addition to these successes held by Ukrainian forces in holding off the capture of cities like Kyiv, Sumy, Kyiv as well, up in the north, as those areas in particular tend to fluctuate at the moment in terms of control. Alongside what they've been doing on the ground has been the successful use of the Bayraktar TB2 drones that they purchased from Turkey not too long ago. The most recent being this one that you see on the platform here, the successful targeting of 2 surface-to-air missile launchers just to the northwest of Kyiv. However, despite these successes, Russians have been enjoying particular success along the borders, but also from when they began their invasion from the south, from the Crimean Peninsula. What they've had particular advantages in is the use of long-range weapons, particularly airstrikes and artillery. And with their successes down south, what we've noticed recently is among the numerous reports we come across from open sources have been the following. The latest being a report indicating up to 11 ships have set sail from Crimea, likely the Black Sea Fleet port in Sevastopol, and are currently en route up here to the northwest to Odessa. Additionally, recent reports have indicated that Russian forces have successfully captured Berdyansk, with a number of skirmishes occurring in the city. Also, what's been noticed is their successes in Kherson Oblast, in particular Novokakova, where they appear to have complete control of this region. With among numerous incidents we've tracked, they've been able to successfully use multiple barrel rocket launchers, particularly what appears to be the BM-21 Grad. This one right here. Elsewhere, with their advantages in the air and also with long-range artillery, has been the ongoing clashes in Kyiv, with latest reports indicating aircraft have been carrying out numerous airstrikes across the city. In addition to these particular weapon systems have been the recent sighting of a multiple barrel rocket launcher known as the TOS-1 Alpha. Unlike other multiple barrel rocket launchers the Russians have been using, this particular one you could consider it a long-range flamethrower. Used against a city, it could cause significant casualties, both military and civilian. Furthermore, among the numerous reports we've come across with regards to airstrikes has been this one, where open source reports indicate that a Russian Tupolev bomber fired a cruise missile aimed at Kyiv from Belarusian airspace. The Ukrainians were able to intercept the cruise missile, but nonetheless, the Russians were able to launch this missile from an area where they have pretty much no chances of being engaged by the Ukrainians. So overall, what does this mean? At the moment, while the Ukrainians continue to have significant successes with capturing armour and artillery on the ground in direct engagements, be they Ukrainian military or civilians who are joining the fight. The Russians still have significant advantages when it comes to long-range engagements with the use of artillery and airstrikes. So with this particular advantage, what we may begin to see is the Russians revert to using artillery and airstrikes as a way to prevent the Ukrainians from continuing the successes they have had. With these kinds of attacks, be they airstrikes or multiple barrel rocket launchers, in particular if they use the TOS-1 Alpha, this will see a significant increase in casualties, both military and civilian. That's all we have for the time being. As I mentioned before, this briefing is the latest state of information we have for this briefing is 28th of February 2022, 1000 hours. If you'd like to stay up to date with our monitoring of the war in Ukraine, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description and signing up to our mailing list to receive daily reports. Thank you very much for listening.